Hello.
Hello.
This is When Rom Met Com, the podcast where we break down what makes a date movie a great movie. We're currently working our way through Vanity Fair's list of the 42 best romantic comedies of all time to see if they had us at hello or were a big mistake, huge. I'm Nora.
I'm Jack, and we are joined by Grace O'Keefe,
A writer of musicals and comedy and musical comedy. You thought that was the least wanky way to introduce you.
I won't go on record as saying that's the least wanky
Okay.
way. But thank you so much for having me.
It's not the most,
That's true. Well, maybe not the most.
although we didn't workshop that many.
That's true. That's true. I think we could get wankier.
Should we try?
Grace O'Keefe is a purveyor of the arts and a intellectual on the sea. One might say she has written the finest musical comedy known to man. But we shall see.
I could have gotten wankier.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned, I don't think I've mentioned it to you. And can I spoil what we're discussing?
Of course.
Well, so we're discussing Emma, period. Full stop. Sorry. Code switch.
Oh, it is period. I found out the reason why it's period. It's period because it's a period piece.
Yeah.
So period is correct. The American way is just this once the correct way.
For this very American movie.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. But I am, in addition to being a writer of both musical and comedy and musical comedy, I have a master's in English as well. And we did study Emma. So that's a bit even wankier.
I love that. Actually, I need to come clean about something. In our Fire Island episode, I declared myself the Austen correspondent, and it was a huge misrepresentation because I was the Pride and Prejudice correspondent. I do not know any other Austen.
That's fair enough. I'm not actually a huge Pride and Prejudice, girly. Emma is my Pride and Prejudice.
Oh.
And now that I'm working on a Sense and Sensibility musical, I've become really familiar with that one as well. But Emma was always my favorite Jane Austen because I relate to Emma for better or for worse.
So I read Emma back when I was in sixth form. So it's been a long time, but I remember really enjoying it. And I'm a huge Clueless fan.
Same here.
I'm a brand new Clueless fan. I watched it for the first time to prepare for this episode because I knew it was going to come up.
Oh, wow. That's that first time. That's
I have no
crazy.
idea.
And you're American and blonde.
I am both of those things.
That's it's my entire personality.
You are kind of like the most Cher Horowitz representation in my life.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's a good thing.
But I think the interesting thing about Cher Horowitz is there's something so lovable about Cher. She could do the same mean stuff that Anya Taylor-Joy pulls, and it just wouldn't seem as mean, would it?
Well, we were talking about this earlier. Cher sort of just thinks the best of everybody and doesn't think that anybody is below her. She thinks everybody is at her level. Whilst Emma
Is an
especially
elitist.
in this version is especially I think I am better than you, and I will only say it once. But when she says it, it's fucking cutting.
For sure. I think there's something that's kind of deliciously mean about Emma in this film. That's I don't know if it's true to the Austen or the essence of prototypical Emma, but it does make for a fun, visually appealing, just the image of her pointing the carriage door open, kind of in that droll, bitchy way. It's delicious to watch.
It's very Regina George, isn't it?
Regina George. It's very Regina George.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Yeah.
So we know a little bit about your history with Austen. So that's your history with rom-coms. Do you have a favorite rom-com? Do you like them at all?
I do like rom-coms. I feel like my childhood, I was fed a steady supply of rom-com VHSs, showing my age. But I'm trying to think. I mean, I probably would list Clueless as my favorite rom-com.
It's bloody good.
Yeah.
It's high up on the list we're covering at the moment.
That's good, as it should be.
It's number 3.
Really?
Mhm.
That's interesting.
So number 2 is You've Got Mail, and number 1 is When Harry Met Sally.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's a good trilogy.
But it's crazy to have 2 Emma adaptations on the 42. And I love Emma. It's one of my favorite books. This is why I don't know if I can say if Clueless is my favorite movie, because I can't have my favorite book be Emma and my favorite movie be Clueless. It's a bit on the nose. But 2 and 42, that's crazy
So
odds.
there's also 2 Pride and Prejudice adaptations.
Okay, because you've got Fire Island and what's the other?
Bridget Jones.
Okay, and that's like...
That's semi.
Yeah. Well, because Pride and Prejudice, I don't know, you as the resident Pride and Prejudice expert, feel free to disagree with me, but I think there are two categories of Austen novels, and one of them are like more comedy focused, and one of them is more romance focused. And Emma and Sense and Sensibility are more comedy coming of age stories, whereas like Pride and Prejudice and other ones that I cannot think of right now are more in the romance category, where it's like, you know, Elizabeth comes of age, but it's actually more about her and Mr. Darcy's trajectory. Whereas Emma and Mr. Knightley, for instance, like, it's important. It's like it's the cherry on top of the story, but it's more about Emma growing as a person.
Yes.
I agree that Pride and Prejudice is not a coming of age. I think I disagree that it's not a comedy. I laugh out loud reading the book.
Definitely. Well, Jane Austen was a Sagittarius, so like she can't put that down.
I love that. I thought you were going to say
a satirist.
Yeah,
that's exactly where
That
my
too.
mind was going.
It's like a real fake out there.
All Sagittariuses are also satirists, so that checks out.
So before we jump into the movie in full, I'm going to give a bit of stats on it. So this is Emma, period. It's directed by Autumn de Wilde, and it stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Johnny Flynn, Mia Goth, Bill Nighy, and Miranda Hart. It was released on the 14th of February 2020.
Valentine's Day. Oh, also immediately pre-lockdown.
It was made for a budget of $10 million.
That's a cheap film. It's so beautiful.
That seems so
That's
low
so
for this
reasonable
movie.
with the costumes, the bonnets. They had
Yeah.
bonnets.
Were the actors all doing it for the love of the game and they just spent that whole budget on...
The funny thing I'll say about the actors in this, I like outside of like Anya Taylor-Joy, I feel like they got everybody just before they went big.
Sure. But still, 10 million is crazy low.
Yeah, that's wild.
But the cast of this is kind of insane.
Mhm.
Like when I launch it, especially like looking at like what everybody's doing now, I'm just like,
Definitely.
but yes, the US box office made 10.1 million and the worldwide eked it out to 27.4 million. But as we say, like this was just pre-pandemic.
Mhm.
And yes, this has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 86%.
Ooh.
IMDb describes it as, in 1800s England, a well-meaning but selfish young woman meddles in her friends' love lives. That's it.
Yeah, to the
I
point.
fucking love how succinct these IMDb synopses are.
Slightly less succinct, or I guess a nicer way to say that is a little more thorough. A little more. Vanity Fair says, "You don't get Clueless without Emma." Jane Austen's seminal novel brings us into the world of Emma Woodhouse, a girl who's handsome, clever, and rich, and can't help but matchmake and meddle in the lives of her friends and neighbors. In 2020, Anya Taylor-Joy played the titular role in a new film adaptation that allowed the star of The Witch to show a whole new side of herself as the daffy, well-intentioned, but sometimes vain teen heroine. She would soon go on to star in The Queen's Gambit and cement herself as an A-list talent. In Emma, she's matched by a wonderful ensemble of actors, including Johnny Flynn, Josh O'Connor, Mia Goth, and Bill Nighy as her overly cautious father, Mr. Woodhouse. If you've binged all of Bridgerton and are in need of some more Regency-era England, Emma is waiting for you. Thanks, Chris Murphy.
Nora, you hadn't seen this one.
I had not. Grace, when did you first see this?
That's a real... It must have been within the year of release, I think. I think I watched it during the pandemic. I know this was the first time I haven't watched it in the bathtub. But I watch most films in the bathtub.
I love that because I know you through upcoming guest Charlie Dinkin,
Yes.
who I once house sat for. And one of her like big things when I was house sitting was like, you can watch movies in my bathtub. I was like, she's like, you know, I got a TV, you can set up, you can watch movies in the bathtub. I was like, what do you think I'm going to be doing here? And she's like, that's what I would do.
Charlie, if you're listening to this, I'm offended that you have not asked me to watch a film in your bathtub yet. Please invite me.
I mean, I will say it's a great bathtub.
I believe you. I believe Charlie.
Did I watch a movie in that bathtub? Maybe.
As you should. As you should.
But yeah, so this is the first time you didn't watch it in the bath.
Yeah, no, exactly. I watched it in my bed instead.
I'm curious, actually, have you seen the Gwyneth Paltrow Emma?
I have seen the Gwyneth Paltrow Emma.
I have not.
I think that must have been the first. Yeah, and you've got what is his name? Jeremy Northam, yeah, who played Sir Thomas More on The Tudors, another period lover girl favorite. And that one actually is quite horny. The Tudors, if you're not familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not Sir Thomas More on that. He's an attractive man. He's an attractive man and looks strikingly I like actual Sir Thomas More. Look it up.
Oh,
Yes, I have seen the Gwyneth Paltrow Emma. And it is, you know what? It's like pretty decent. I cannot vouch for Gwyneth Paltrow's British accent. And Toni Collette plays Harriet in it. I watched it somewhat recently. I watched it when I was in my teens. And then when I was planning on doing an Austen musical, we watched like a bunch of different Austen films to figure out which one to choose. And I was pushing Emma hardcore.
I watched it twice, and I enjoyed it a lot more on the second watch. I think because I didn't have any familiarity with the story. Like, I did not know what the story was about other than she's a matchmaker and it's a romance. I think probably most people watching any sort of classic these days will probably already know it to some extent. Like, they're almost made for people who already know it. So not knowing that she was going to have this emotional growth and that this love story was going to go somewhere in a really satisfying way, like not knowing that going in, I found it a bit frustrating and a bit cold. But on the second viewing, because I knew where it was going, I could appreciate the nuance and I could really like get the emotional satisfaction of that arc. So I had a much better time the second time.
It's a weird, it's a rom-com, but it doesn't feel like, I feel like this movie is like for the girls also in a way, which it's for the female gaze, I think, for sure. And I think that's like really
100%.
important.
Have you seen the interview with Kate Blanchett where someone's like, oh, the female gaze? And she thinks they're saying the female gaze.
That's
Like
true.
lesbians.
Yeah.
That too. Emma could be. Emma is queer coded. Just saying. I want to see a version where her and Harriet are explicit.
Yeah, I
I'd
see
love
that.
that.
She literally says she wants to keep Harriet for herself. And that's why she's sabotaging her romantic prospects.
Well, yeah, and I think it does make sense, even though, as you were talking about, like Emma in this version does look down on people. Then this is why I think Emma might be Jane Austen's most sophisticated book, because it's understanding of the class system. And Emma is really actually quite radical for her time for wanting to bring Harriet up to where Emma is to stay friends with her. And there's a line in the film where she talks about the Martins being the exact sort of person that she can't interact with, which sounds just bitchy. But the reason is, like, literally in her society, she's going to be looked down on. She can interact with, like, the really, really poor people and, like, bring them, food and, sit with them and talk to the babies and stuff. But if you're like this farming with a community with a little bit more money, they're not starving for food. They don't need any charity. Emma would really never interact with Harriet, not in the same way that like Mr. Knightley might hang out with Mr. Martin because he's a farmer and he owns the farm. But as a woman, she wouldn't be able to do that in the same way. So it kind of makes sense that she's that aware of class and trying to bring Harriet up to her own so that they can still be best buds.
Yeah. And initially, she kind of does it by believing that Harriet is of her class. So Harriet doesn't know who her parents are. So her class is like a big question mark. And Emma's like, well, obviously you're a gentleman's daughter. So obviously, like, you can hang with the cool kids. And then by the end of the movie, spoiler alert, when it's revealed that Harriet is that kind of middle working class, Emma has already grown as a person and loves her. So she's cool with it by then, whereas she would not have been cool with it at the beginning.
I want to just jump in while we are talking about the character of Harriet. I fucking love Mia Goth in this movie.
Oh my God.
Honestly, what a fucking performance.
The thing I really got out of watching the movie this time is how absurd everyone but Anya Taylor-Joy and Johnny Flynn are playing the characters. And that's so wonderful. They are like such great portraits of like insanity. And Mia Goth, who has this wonderful face, like those huge eyes, you want to like just swaddle her up. And she is just so dopey in this, but lovingly so. It's a great performance.
My note about Harriet was, Harriet is the cutest little bean.
She is.
She had some amazing moments. Like, I really loved when Emma's playing the piano and everyone's politely smiling and Harriet is just grinning like nothing better has ever happened in her entire life. Like, get a friend like Harriet,
No.
You have one. It's called me.
Yeah.
That moment when afterwards, I'm not what
Jane Fairfax.
Jane Fairfax. That's like such a relatable moment. Not that hopefully we're not like bitchily hoping that our rivals fail at the thing that we're good at. But when
mean, we
Jane,
kinda
well, sometimes maybe. But when Jane Fairfax gets up and plays that like Mozart concerto, and like Harriet and Emma's face just fall together in unison, I'm like, that's female friendship. That is female friendship,
Yes.
or just friendship in general.
Being so clueless pilled from a young age, I went into this kind of expecting it to be a frothier version of Emma. And you don't get that at all. But the side characters really are. And that's kind of watching it this time. I was like, oh yeah, no, actually, this is really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes ahead in that wonderful picnic scene where she's almost learning to have fun in the wrong way, urged on by Mr. Frank Churchill, who I went to school with.
Oh.
I went to school with 2 people in this film.
Wow. Isn't that Dua Lipa's like boyfriend? Is it Dua Lipa?
Yes, it is.
Josh? No, not Josh O'Connor. He's the
No,
other one.
Callum Turner.
Callum Turner. He's very good looking.
I also went to school with Tanya Roberts, who plays
Mrs. Elton. She's so funny in this.
She also reads the Emma audiobook that I recently downloaded.
Ah.
She's fantastic in this.
I really like that point about Emma needing to learn to have fun, because I was trying to figure out why I found her so unlikable. And it's not actually because she's elitist or because she's mean. The thing that I found really like repellent about her is I'm a firm believer in bored people or boring people. And she is so bored all the time. She is so closed off to the idea of finding interest or joy in literally anything. And I was like, how? You live in the most boring fucking town that has ever existed. Why would you not be thrilled to hear gossip about Jane Fairfax? Because it is just something new.
I think it's that she's become sort of just so at one with like looking after her dad and hanging out with her old governess, which is why she's more than content to like sort of set people up. She doesn't want her life to change. She's not interested in finding herself a partner.
Yeah, her little feminist icon moment of, I have none of the usual inducements to marry. She says she doesn't need wealth, employment, or consequence. And I was like, you think you don't need employment? You don't do anything. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, this is an interesting kind of a reason why we did not adapt Emma into a musical. Is the first line of Emma is like, Emma Woodhouse was handsome, clever, and rich and didn't want for anything in the world. And it's always, as musical theater fans, you'll probably know it's really ingrained in writers that you have to have, your protagonist needs to want something. That's why there's a want song.
Yeah. What is Emma's I want song? I want nothing to change. My name is Emma. I am handsome. I'm really happy.
Like, I guess like Emma's I Want song would be like, I want to want something. Like, you know.
That's beautiful, actually.
But like, I feel like she doesn't. You know, if we're going to put a contemporary reading on Emma, she's very clearly neurodivergent. As an ADHD girl myself, you know, it talks about how she has all of these different hobbies. Like, she draws a bit. She plays piano a bit. She sings a bit, but she's not really good at anything.
Ah, and actually, Mr. Knightley says Emma would never apply herself to anything that required sustained effort. ADHD.
ADHD.
I can say that.
100%.
Because me too.
Yeah.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, shush. Neurotypical asshole.
I don't know if she has dyspraxia.
Oh, right. Sorry, you are not actually neurotypical. I take it back.
It's hard to tell if people have dyspraxia on film.
She's certainly a very good dancer. I feel like in these kind of period films, they pack out the ensemble with professional dancers who are way better dancers than those characters need to be. And they did not do that in this. Like, Anya Taylor-Joy was the best dancer in that cast.
That's such an interesting observation. I'm not a dancer.
Neither am I.
I am dyspraxic. I've not been diagnosed.
I wouldn't have been able to tell if you were on film.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that was comforting to hear.
And I love a, like, period dance, like Pride and Prejudice ball scene, you know? So I was really like, also, it's the sexiest moment we get in the whole film is the dance between Emma and Mr. Knightley.
I'm just going to say I'm a fantastic dancer.
Well, it's an audio medium, so I guess we'll have to believe you. I think from having like researched it a bit to write a dance song, like it seemed pretty accurate. Whereas a lot of period films from around this time, like, will bring in, like, kind of more waltzy steps, which would have been very scandalous during, like, Austen's actual period. I think, like, the first waltz in London was danced in 1813, and Austen died, like, within that decade.
The waltz killed her.
Yeah.
Another thing that this film didn't do is, so they're singing quite a lot because in Austen, they like to play the piano and sing after dinner or whatever. And they all sound like people who sing
Definitely.
as
No, I
opposed
thought
to
that was
singers.
quite cool.
Yeah, they didn't pack it out with dancers, musical theater performers, singers, songwriter types. Although they did have everyone playing the instruments.
Yeah.
So like when you see that like beautiful piano playing, that is the actor. They did not have like a piano double.
I also think the thing that we were saying earlier is like if we had like Alicia Silverstone play Emma in this, there's a warmth about like a lot of different Emmas, even like Gwyneth Paltrow in a way, like she's cuckoo, but like she has
But
like
she's
there's
warm.
a kind of like sweetness to her face, whereas Anya Taylor-Joy has a very kind of like a beautiful, cold, like ice queen vibe about her.
Anya Taylor-Joy looks incredible, but she also like I'd say her and Mia Goth both give off like kind of like sort of extraterrestrial vibes.
Yeah.
Very like horror movie.
Which is why
Robert
both of them
Eggers.
do lots of horror movies.
Right. I was just about to say a Robert Eggers vibe, and then I went, oh, right, because Anya Taylor-Joy's like breakout was The Witch.
Well, and it makes, like, as you were kind of saying, that all of the characters around Johnny Flynn and Anya Taylor-Joy are, like, quite, like, zany for the like, they do seem like illustrations in a way.
Yeah.
But in a way, I'd actually say Anya Taylor-Joy is...
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, because there's this kind of stony alien-like quality to her, it is like an illustration in a way. Like, Johnny Flynn is probably the most grounded, naturalistic vibe in the whole film.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is not a criticism. Every single person in this film is in a different film, but that is on purpose.
Yeah.
Because normally when you say that, it is a criticism. It's a lack of coherent vision. This is an incredibly coherent vision that just happens to be insane.
Well, what I think is actually really nice about this, especially for this cast, is it is a lot of people who are in sort of usually much more stoic roles, somber roles, like Josh O'Connor, like in like God's Own Country, serious period dramas for the most part. It's actually really nice to see them let loose. Like Josh O'Connor is really fucking
Really
funny.
So
funny.
funny in this. But my biggest thought about him, again, this is not an insult. He does not even remotely feel like he should be in a period piece. Like every time you look at him, you're like, it's 2025. And then you go back to the 1800s.
I don't see that at all for him.
But I thought it brought a really interesting dimension because, again, everyone's in a different film. Josh O'Connor's film was just set now, and he was brilliant. I loved him in this.
He is showing off the painting with the frame that he bought, the most insane frame anyone has ever bought. And he's so happy about it. And the other person, Miranda Hart, in this genuinely breaks my heart at times and also makes me laugh my ass off.
She's so funny. But also, like, not that I would, like, I agree with Emma for what she said, but I could also understand that that woman had to be at every single social interaction you ever had in your entire life, just talking at you. Like, if that's the first time she snapped at her, I'm like, well, that's, you know.
Like, I get it, but also, like, when you see the effect it has on her,
it is heartbreaking.
It's just like, and then when like Mr. Knightley comes to her and he's just like, why would you do that? And you're like, I get it, but also like,
I can justify making the comment. I can't justify not immediately going like, sorry, that
right.
I also love the way Johnny Flynn yells, she is poor. Poor. It's like, it's all right to make fun of the rich, but you made fun of the poor.
I mean, he's got a point.
Punching down.
Yeah. I love that. I love him like reaming her out at that point, which is like kind of like his sexiest moment for me.
I find Johnny Flynn very sexy in this movie. I will go on the record and state that. The problematic aspect of Emma and Mr. Knightley in general is the age gap, which I don't know if you noticed having just seen the film and Clueless, but in the book, Emma is like 17, 18, maybe 19. I think she's 19. And Mr. Knightley is 36 and has seen her grow up.
Oh.
Actually, though, and I thought, wow, they cast against that. No, they just didn't comment on it. Like, Johnny Flynn was like 39 in this film, and Anya Taylor-Joy was like 20.
Wow.
They are like a solid almost like, 15 to 20 years apart.
I just thought Johnny Flynn was my age. He is 7 years older than me.
He's really good looking, though. I'm not opposed. I still ship it.
He does look great.
But it does, I I really like an Emma and Mr. Knightley. Like, it's... take the brat of the brat, like, I don't mind. Maybe I don't know what that says about me and my partnership styles, but I do find it sexy. However, in the context of that age gap and him seeing her grow up, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I agree.
I also want to shout out the other Mr. Knightley in this movie, his brother.
Oh my gosh.
Which is such a wonderfully small performance.
So fully, like, what a lived reality you see in his eyes, though.
He's got a whole inner life.
It's his name. It's Oliver Chris
Oh.
from Green Wing playing him, and just clearly dead.
I've
It's
never
just
seen a man regret his choices more.
I mean, it's one of the beautiful things about this film, but also Austen in general, that, like, no matter how small a role is, they've got a whole story. And, like, even if you don't know the whole story, you can feel the whole story, like, behind this character. Every single person is fully fleshed out and, like, a real person you've met.
I think that's really true, and that's something that I love in films. I love an external life. And yeah, this film is teeming with it. The more I talk about this film, the more I like it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's growing on me more and more by the minute.
We've also not talked about just how fucking gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
So Autumn de Wilde is the director, who is best known as a photographer. It's kind of wild, actually.
Autumn de Wilde.
Oh, shit!
It's such a Jack joke.
Oh!
I kept pausing and taking pictures of my TV so that I would be able to describe the things that I liked in detail. The color, the use of color.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times we think of period dramas with like a gray kind of dour wash over it, and that's actually not what the Regency period looked like, even.
Well, it kind of looks like life, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, especially at like this echelon of society, like it is gonna be, like a box of macarons.
It's funny,
Yeah.
actually, that this comes out the same year as Bridgerton,
Oh.
which is also a very colorful.
Yeah, saturation up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pastel version of Bridgerton.
Yes.
And I think the costumes, like I follow some like costume design YouTubers, and I'm pretty sure they're like it's one of the most accurate Austen adaptations in terms of dress, and like even the fact that they wear bonnets, because like in Regency society, you would wear a bonnet whenever you went outside, but in films we so rarely see women in bonnets.
We gotta bring that back.
I love a bonnet.
It's because they look ridiculous.
I actually really suit a bonnet.
I believe that you would. I 100% believe
I think
that.
you suit a bonnet.
I can see you in a bonnet.
Yeah, we've got like a similar vibe, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'll get you a bonnet. It might change your mind.
Bonnet gals.
I don't need anything to sort of draw attention to like the size and shape of my head.
I would disagree. I
It's
think
a lovely size and shape.
a great shaped head.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who do you think you are, Adam Sandler?
Does Adam Sandler have a weird shaped
A
head?
neck-shaped head.
I've never noticed that. Wow. Learn things every day.
I read somewhere that, and it's not necessarily an inaccuracy, that Emma's outfits were more elaborate than an unmarried woman would normally wear. And I love that as like a character choice. Like she's like, I don't need to be married. I'm basically already married to myself and to my awesome life. I'm going to wear this really great dress.
Love that. Feminist icon, Emma.
Feminist icon.
You can be feminist and be a bitch. They're not mutually exclusive. I stand by that.
Is the jewelry period accurate? I'm going to guess no.
Probably not. I think there's plenty of things that aren't like period accurate. I said things are period accurate, but like, whereas Bridgerton, it's like sometimes it's not period accurate in that it's like a shiny fabric that like you would never get and it looks kind of cheap and tacky. The things that aren't period accurate in this film are like, that is a stylistic choice. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's because it looks cool.
Yeah, yeah.
When we're working on Sense and Sensibility, we think about the sense of period quite a lot. And I think the important thing to me and to like following period drama, like people on the internet, it's like you want to be able to feel immersed in that period and not have anything that feels like, oh, that takes us out of time. And like, some versions of, you could set it in a period and for instance have like a pop song come on, and that works for Bridgerton in a way. Although I'll argue even in Bridgerton, they're at least playing it on a string quartet. So it's not as jarring. But like, and there are different levels and you just have to keep it consistent in a way, I guess. But I think what people get annoyed by is things, I know the Persuasion with Dakota Johnson gets like a lot of flack, but it's like she fleabags, I mean she talks to the camera and goes, he's a 10 and I'm a 6.
I loved that movie and I know that everyone hated it. I think it is so much fun because I bought into what it was doing.
That's fair. And I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did. I think it needs to go like more, I don't mind going crazy with something ever, but I think it could either go crazier Or I just want things to commit to the bit sometimes, and it felt like it was in the middle kind of road.
Yeah.
Where it was like the writing was more contemporary, which is like actually where I'd put it in like the aesthetic and vibe. But
You know who was committing to the bit was Henry Golding.
fair.
Like he was playing that all the way to 11.
It is quite like strict on its period setting. And yeah, if there was a scene in this movie where suddenly everybody went clubbing, I would buy it. It's played so coolly that then if something did sort of like go out of the blue, I would kind of just truck with it because everything is sort of like, oh yeah, that will happen.
Yeah, and I think even though it's like it is period accurate, there's something about like the style and manner that makes it feel like almost like kind of Oscar Wilde comedy.
Yeah.
It almost feels like 100 years later. Like there's something about it that feels like a different period sensibility than like a traditional Austen or Regency romance.
Yeah, I agree. So you mentioned Mr. Knightley's sexiest moment being telling off Emma for being mean to Miss Bates.
She is poor. It's just the pronunciation of poor.
I think his sexiest moment is when they've had their moment at the ball and then he runs home and he just like starts ripping off his clothes so he can breathe. Like he just rips off a couple layers and then falls on the floor. And I literally wrote, God, I love to watch a man suffer.
So that is actually the hottest moment. But I still like him yelling about class.
Oh, definitely. No, that was also hot.
And it opens with his butt. Like his character introduction is butt.
We see his ass before we see his face.
Love that. That's the female gaze.
That is feminism.
That's how film should be, to be honest.
Well, because that's how women are shown in films where you see their body, you see them as an object before you see them as a human. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, turn that around.
1000%.
He is the only person in this entire film that is ever objectified.
So true.
There was a kind of almost objectifying scene of Emma that they cut, which was her being slowly dressed. And I found it on YouTube and people were like, hot Anya Taylor-Joy scene. And I was like, yeah, she looks very beautiful. Like her hair is down and loose. Like she looks stunning. I didn't find it hot, but I get why it could be cut for being that.
For sure. Because you never know what that male gaze will do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Give him an inch.
No, it's also
Trust
like
me.
actually all of the men in this film are like super hot. Like when you think about Josh O'Connor is like played as like the not hot guy and he is like a sex symbol. All of the men, and not that the women aren't also beautiful, but I would say like we are getting eye candy.
Yeah,
more
Give me some Bill Nye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Nye is very handsome.
There's no unattractive man. Even like the other Mr. Knightley, pretty hot.
Yeah.
Mr.
Martin,
Weston, pretty
Ooh,
hot.
Yeah,
Like,
Rupert Graves.
yeah.
I'm going to keep doing this. The sexy moments for Mr. Knightley.
Yeah, give us your top 5 sexy moments.
When he says, I will come live here because I know you can't leave your dad and I want to marry you. Okay, first of all, that was sexy. That wasn't even on my list. Adding that to the list. But Emma kisses him and it's this obvious, like, obviously she's never kissed anyone before. And she gives him this little, like, just this little, like, peck. And he doesn't even, like, he doesn't kiss her back. He doesn't move. He is completely still. And she sort of pulls away and she's a little embarrassed, I think. And she kind of looks away. He just has this smile that just goes, like, all the way up to his eyes, all the way into his soul. And then he, like, pulls her in and kisses her back. And I rewound and watched it, like, 10 times, not for the kiss, for the smile.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I feel like Emma adaptation's good kisses because Clueless, that Paul Rudd kiss.
Oh.
Yeah, and well, any kiss involving Paul Rudd, still a gorgeous man. But we love a Mr. Knightley type.
We were recently discussing, was this on the podcast or was this in our real lives, that I like to watch rom-coms alone?
Sure.
Because it is a deeply personal, emotional experience for me.
This was on the podcast.
I like to watch rom-coms alone so I can rewind them and pause them and revel in them and make
I
guttural
would
sounds.
do that with you.
Oh, I know. But I would not feel as comfortable being like, ugh, the way that I was at that kiss.
I think I've seen you do that anyway.
Oof.
Ugh.
When he starts chasing after that carriage.
Like, just everything that, like, Mr. Knightley is the perfect man. I did, after this film, look it up, and Johnny Flynn is very happily married, it seems, which is really a shame.
I like that you checked.
Oh, I checked. I definitely
You gotta
checked.
know.
Yeah, gotta know if I should shoot my shot.
It's one of those things as well. The way he reacts to Harriet being brought in after being attacked by gypsies.
She seems fine.
She's fine. She's you get the little moment where she, like, Emma looks at her and she kind of gives the look like, I'm fine. I just wanted this man to carry me.
But she's not even into him.
No, she's not.
She just loves the drama.
She does love the drama.
Love the drama.
She's
And who
making
doesn't?
these like orgasmic pain sounds.
Yeah.
And she's like, why? Why do you like this, Harriet?
I don't think she was actually attacked. Not to gaslight her, you know, like
She just flopped on the ground and was like, oh.
she's just being a little bit soppy. And like the way like Mr. Knightley reacts to it versus Mr. Churchill sort of coming and being gallant. Oh, Mr. Knightley just feels a lot more practical about the whole thing. And just the arguments of like, who should go, who should stay.
Well, yeah, Emma thinking that Harriet is in love with Frank Churchill. So she's like, Mr. Churchill, stay. And Mr. Knightley's like, we'll both go.
Yeah, the more I talk about it, I'm just like, actually, I could watch this again. That's, I think, one of the nicest things about it. It was really nice to be in that world.
Yeah, I remember the first time I finished it. I was just so sad to leave this beautiful, aesthetically curated little world that you were in for the past 2 hours.
Yeah, I keep thinking about how much I would kind of like just to be like a participant at that picnic.
That picnic seemed real boring. I'm not going to lie.
I wonder what the food spread is like, though.
I just want to sit next to like Tanya Reynolds while she's just like, I would not join in on this.
That was her best moment when she was like, I need to be allowed to decide when I speak and when I shut the hell up.
So good.
Exceptional self-awareness. What a champ.
Honestly, like I love, and this is, I think, true throughout Jane Austen's entire oeuvre. Like even the villainous or like the kind of comic relief or not likable, in quotation marks, female characters are likable in a way.
Yeah.
Or like relatable. It's like, or they always end up doing fine. Like you never have to worry that a woman in Jane Austen is going to end up like destitute and on the streets. That does actually happen once in Sense and Sensibility, but it's in a flashback, so it doesn't count.
She doesn't end up. She flashes back to
Yeah,
her.
exactly. It already happened.
Their dance, Emma and Mr. Knightley's dance, is so hot. And I think actually the hottest moment
You keep changing.
No. The hottest moment of the dance
Oh, okay.
is when they forget they're dancing and have to awkwardly shuffle out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hot, but it is.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, the choreography is like kind of lean in and their hands like almost touch and then they swoop away and then they come back in. And I'm sorry to do it, Jack. This is a Vampire Diaries reference. Are you familiar?
I'm not a Vampire Diaries girl. I'm
Okay.
sorry to say.
You've got a master's in English and
And-
you don't know Vampire.
It's
Diaries.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
wild,
fucking weird.
because it's
You might have to have that
literature.
revoked.
Yeah, potentially.
For the Vampire Diaries girlies who are listening, the intimacy of the near touch. And we can move on.
That was our Vampire Diaries moment.
Oh yeah, I try to work one in as often as possible.
Fair
I get
enough.
so few opportunities. I have a question. Do we think Frank Churchill had his aunt killed off?
I want to know when him and Jane got engaged.
When they were at Weymouth.
No, he's just fucking around.
He is the villainous character. He's the cad.
He's the fucking fucked boy of the movie.
I think he's flirting with Emma as a cover because she's the kind of girl his aunt would want him to marry. So it's like a good cover. It's a good, like, red herring. It's very mean to Emma. He also doesn't have to be like, Jane has stupid hair.
Yeah,
like,
he's
literally.
really mean
Yeah.
to Jane.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like when the announcement comes out, it's a little bit, oh.
Well, you
Right.
feel bad for Jane.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Knightley says it. But
Yeah. There are like 15 minutes of cutscenes on
Wow.
YouTube. There's one scene where Emma's walking down the road and she runs into, the new married couple, Mr. Churchill and Jane Fairfax, and she kind of pretends to not see them, but then they come over and engage with her. Mr. Churchill apologizes for his behavior, and Jane Fairfax is like, I treated you so badly. And Emma has like a really quiet moment with her where she says, Mr. Churchill and I have something in common. We will both marry people who are much better than we are.
Oh,
I'm really sad that that got cut.
yeah.
I'm just going through my notes to see if there's anything I'll be mad if I didn't say. I like that the way that Clueless updated this is farmers are now stoners.
Love that. Love that. Checks out.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That's so funny.
Actually, this is something I'd love to talk to you about because obviously you've been adapting Austen. How do you find like the challenges? Because obviously you're not modernizing.
We've definitely taken liberties, but like in a way that still feel true to the story in a way. I think for a modern musical, Eleanor Dashwood, who is Emma Thompson in the film and like the protagonist, we give her more agency at certain points, especially like a lot of decisions that are made by their mother in the novel. We just make it from the protagonist just to keep things clean. The biggest thing we do is in the romance plot, because I would say Sense and Sensibility it's Jane Austen's first novel. And the way that the romance resolves itself is a little lacking, where the main love interest is there at the beginning. He pops in once again, and then you don't see him again until the very end. So, like, one of those things is we've added him a bit more throughout. So it's things like we've extended the proposal by having her reject it the first time, which is actually like quite a divergence from the text. We were worried about it, but then when we have Austen lovers come to see it, they don't seem to mind. And I felt the same way, like knowing some things that they've changed in this. Like it's got it's not. There's no changes that feel not true to the text, if that makes sense, or not true to the spirit of what Jane Austen's saying or trying to do. And I think as long as you're like keeping that in mind, I don't mind it being diverging somewhat from the story. As long as, all the characters end up with the same people, like, et cetera, I think most people are happy.
Yeah. It's just got to pass a vibe check.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a, scholarly analysis.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be like a one-to-one, I think, adaptation. I mean, you can't. I mean, a book to a film is always, you're going to have to cut some things. And I think, like, this adaptation in particular, like, it keeps in everything you need to keep in. Although I agree with you, it would be nice to have that scene at the end with her and Jane.
Do you want to hear my unhinged trivia?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. The proposal scene where Mr. Knightley proposes to Emma and she absolutely freaks out because she does love him, but she can't say yes because it would hurt Harriet, which is really beautiful. Like, way to be selfless, finally. So while they're having this sort of emotional confrontation, her nose starts bleeding.
The period drama subreddit is not a fan of that nosebleed, I must say, but I really like. I mean,
I love that moment.
I love the just go unhinged.
Yeah, it feels like something that could happen.
And the character, and this is so one of the reasons we didn't adapt Emma, is all of the characters are so emotionally repressed. Like, maybe except for Mr. Knightley in this adaptation, because we don't get him running after her carriage in the book. Like, he's the only one who I feel like knows what his emotions are about.
Yeah.
And how do you write a song for a character that doesn't know what they're feeling?
Yeah.
Or at least maybe for one character you can do that, but when 90% of the characters have no idea what they're feeling, you're running into trouble.
It was real. She acted so hard, like she willed herself into a nosebleed.
That's wild.
So they had written a nosebleed into a different scene, like a comedic nosebleed for Harriet, and they cut it and moved it to the proposal. So the nosebleed was in the script.
Wow.
And
nosebleed
yet,
is like, we need this nosebleed.
That's crazy.
But it was real. It wasn't like she happened to get one and they went, why don't we keep that in because what a cool choice. They were someone was standing off to the side with a little bottle of stage blood that they didn't need because Anya Taylor-Joy was like, don't worry, I fucking got this.
Is that on her special skills?
She apparently has said that it was her favorite moment and that it was a proud acting moment for her.
That should have won her an Oscar.
I mean, it got her the Golden Globe nomination.
Okay, good. At least.
This bitch got a nosebleed on cue.
That's crazy.
I don't know how to process this information.
Right.
I didn't know. That nosebleeds. It tracks in the film that she is so overwhelmed with emotion that her brain she freaks out and starts bleeding. But I did not know you could control that.
I've been holding this inside for weeks.
So did she.
It's like there are ways to physically give yourself a nosebleed, but to will yourself to emotionally to be so in character that your nose starts bleeding.
I'm trying. I'm gonna get a headache.
Right?
I'm just looking at Anya Taylor-Joy's roles recently, and I hope she gets to do something like this again. Because I think she's a fantastic actress, and I really enjoyed her in Furiosa last year. I liked her in The Menu, and I like her in the Robert Eggers movies. She's often playing disaffected girl when she's great at it. But I kind of there's part of her in this movie, even though she is so kind of hoity-toity of it all, she feels quite real. And I think she plays it really nicely, down to the fact that she gets nosebleeds.
Anya Taylor-Joy is so weird.
Yeah.
And I say this with so much love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's great weird, you know?
Yeah, she's in that sort of Aubrey Plaza school of just like, you are so weird. Also, she had a vampire-themed wedding, which I can really get behind.
Did she have a Vampire Diaries?
No. Their wedding cake was anatomically correct hearts.
Aw. That's sweet.
I love an aesthetic.
Yeah.
I love people who are just weird, particularly like classically beautiful, weird people. I really dig.
You can completely see why directors want to work with her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she evokes something in you. Perfect casting for this.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to talk about the best song portion?
Yeah, we can do it.
I listened to the entire soundtrack on a walk today because I'm quite a fan of the soundtrack and the score, which is by, speaking of Fleabag, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's sister, Isabel Waller-Bridge. It's one of my favorite, actually, period drama scores. In terms of like the rom-com definition, because I actually like have a lot of the folk songs from this on. I like English folk song. What can I say? I'm pretty cool. The one that I like, but it feels so period drama. I think it's called Mr. Knightley Chases Emma, and it combines they've each got like a little motif. Well, I've assigned Emma one, but like Mr. Knightley's is pretty clearly like this doo-doo, doo-doo. It's like a sixth and then a seventh. And like it combines with when you see Emma, you hear a lot of like operatic vocals often. And then in that specific number of the score, it has Mr. Knightley's theme and then combined with like a very ethereal, like operatic voice. And I think also in period score, we don't have human voice all that often. Like it's normally like a purely instrumental medium. And I think this score really interestingly uses both like vocals, both in those kind of folk songs, but then also in a more classical like opera art song vernacular, both like diegetically in the film and in the score of the film.
I really like the Mr. Knightley and Jane Fairfax duet.
Drink to me only with thine eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Art song fave.
I really liked the song that plays over the credits, which is Johnny Flynn singing a folky song called Queen Bee. And I don't know if it was written for this. Like, did he write it? Yeah. Did he write it?
Yes. It was an original song by him. Isabel Waller-Bridge asked him to write the song for the film.
Hot.
He wrote Queen
Super
Bee
hot.
to convey Knightley's perspective on Emma and performed it in a style appropriate for the film's period. That's from Wikipedia.
Nice. Thanks, Wikipedia. Yeah, I love it. That's my pick.
Yeah, it's a shake-up for our rom-com playlist, but it's a nice shake-up, I think.
Mm-hmm. A little shake-up.
Yeah,
a little shake-up as a treat.
We've got Lil Jon, we got Barbara, and we got Johnny Flynn singing Queen Bee.
I mean, it's an insane rom-com list. It's going to be an insane rom-com playlist.
Good.
It's just, we have to get right with that. Should we would do, wouldn't do, have done?
I think we should.
Jack, would you like to kick us off? What would you do?
I would not know how to comfort crying Emma.
Such a man.
Yeah.
Such a dad.
My go-to, like when I have crying people, is like, do you want a hug? It's very much like Joan Cusack in School of Rock when the child is crying in front of her. She's like, would you like a hug? No!
Grace, what would you do?
I would do when Emma like warms her butt on the fire.
Yes,
very early on. Yeah, no, that looked nice. I may have done, but
that could be in my house.
Not in like a little nightgown though. What I need to do is purchase a nightgown so I can hitch it up.
Yeah,
there's something about the nightgown that I think really hits.
Oh yeah,
yeah, over open flames specifically.
I would absolutely rip somebody a new one if they were mean to someone in front of me. Like, I would go full Mr. Knightley.
I have no doubt in this. I have said to you once, because someone was mean to me at an event, and I was like, I wish you were there because you would have protected me.
I can't deal with it.
That's fair.
They are poor!
Jack, what wouldn't you do?
I would not stop this carriage for a mama.
Yeah, fair.
I've been saving that because that's my favorite line in the movie. I will not stop this carriage for a mama. I can't even explain it. I simply would not.
Grace, what wouldn't you do?
I would have a hard time. I would probably do it because of peer pressure, sticking my face into that flower to find the coin. Just because sensory issues. It just doesn't seem pleasant. And also flour, ew. Like, it doesn't take... I'm assuming it was flour.
I thought it was sand, like a sand castle.
That's even worse.
Yeah, sand is so grainy.
Could have been dirt.
Would I prefer to? No, I wouldn't. But just like flour, it's so dusty. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a pleasant thing to stick your face into.
I just love the reveal of like Emma watching them do that, and she's just not impressed.
I would not stop Harriet from marrying Mr. Martin. He walked 3 miles to bring her walnuts because he knows she likes them.
He is also very cute.
Yeah.
Another example of a nice eye candy casting.
Yeah, he was so sweet.
But she wants her for herself.
Like, I just simply would not have gotten in the way of that match.
Yeah.
Jack, what have you done?
I have said things that I think are witty and funny at the time and then have really hurt people. I feel awful for it to this day, and I wish my apologies had gone down as nicely as Emma's.
At least you apologized. And no one had to yell, "She's poor!"
Oh no, people did. And I got really turned on by it.
I was like, what?
It's the hottest moment in the movie.
Hottest moment.
Mine's also a sexy moment in the movie, and that is to flail myself down on the ground when I'm upset and just lie there thinking about my life. Normally I'm hungover, but also he is coming back from a ball. So, yeah, what can I say? I'm just really sexy like that.
You are Mr. Knightley.
Thank you.
And Emma.
Both.
Their child.
Oh, that would be a good sequel.
There you go. It's me. She's American for no reason.
Yeah.
Emma too.
Yeah, Emma too.
It's time.
Two match to make.
Emma Jr.
I have tried to play matchmaker and failed.
Yeah.
Most notably with Jack, but also with many other people in my life. I'm not good at it.
But you try.
I try real hard. Rom-com braid out?
The rom-com braid out. My favorite segment.
I like that every time we get to it, Jack goes full news anchor. Or not news anchor, game show announcer.
It's a sensible segment. It requires a sensible man to sensibly announce.
I agree.
The rom-com braid out.
Well, that was news anchor. That was like CNN. Give us Comedy Central.
Hey, rom-com braid out.
Nice. Give me MTV Awards.
Guys, coming up next, we got the rom-com braid out. But first, Third Eye Blind.
Great. Okay, yeah, cool. Give us Adam Sandler.
We got the rom-com.
Perfect.
There you go. I almost felt like he was here. I liked you trying out faces, like trying to make your head more egg-shaped.
Rom-com braid out. Grace, do you understand the concept of the rom-com braid out?
Explain it again for me.
We rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 5 on 3 different categories. That's leads / chemistry, supporting characters, and plot. And then we have the rom-com scale, which is a 0 to 100 scale. 0 is closer to being romantic, 100 is closer to being comedy, and then in the middle is your 50, which is the ultimate romantic comedy balance.
Great. Yes.
So, Grace, could you let us know what you would give this on leads / chemistry?
The leads chemistry, I'm going to give it probably like a 4 because I think it's hot. I think Johnny Flynn's like just being hot is like doing a lot of the lifting for me. But like I ship them. I ship him more with me. But yeah, it's not like the most undeniable crazy chemistry I've ever seen in film ever, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm similar in that I went for a 3.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the difference on like a lot of this is like we have now sat through like so many of these. It also suffers in the fact that I'm just like, well, they're not Alicia Silverstone and Paul Rudd.
True. Johnny Flynn's very hot, but you know, and actually also aged really well. Well, he's already aged.
He's already aged. Aged. Decrepit.
Yeah, and he looks good. You wouldn't guess that age gap.
I'm gonna go a little off the beaten path here. 3.5 felt a little bit too low and 4 felt a little bit too high. So I'm going to go a 3.75.
I think that's accurate. I do actually think that's accurate.
My whole rom-com breakout this time is just crazy, so just bear with me.
I fucking am here for it. What are we saying on supporting characters?
I think, I mean, you got to give it a 5 for supporting characters. I think everyone's so fully zany and realized and just fun. And also, like, the cast of the supporting characters. Like, you can't beat that cast.
Took the words out of my mouth. Exactly the same.
Yeah, I agree.
5 banger all around.
Wow.
And finally, plot.
Plot, when you think about it. We think about it in such a, like, what one might describe as, like, a masculine plot has a beginning, middle, and end. What I think Emma does in particular, is it a plot? It's the same with Clueless. It has, it's female gaze. It's lots of incidences in a life and a coming of age. So, you know, it probably doesn't have the strongest plot in a way, and also probably, like, not the easiest plot to get as, like, a first-time viewer, maybe, because it just doesn't feel direct. I like the plot, but I'm gonna give it a 3. Because it's like it's solid, but it's not about the it's not about the plot. It's just about the journey. It's not about, you know, it's the meanderingness. It's a feature, not a bug. That it's a 3.
I'm sitting on a 3.5, just because I know what you're saying about, like, it's a feature, not a bug. I love, like, a hangout movie.
Yeah.
And this is, as I keep saying, like, it's a nice world to be in, which, you know, is not necessarily the plot, but I'm going to take it for this movie as that is, oh yeah, I just want to chill out with my friends down at, you know.
The haberdashery, which is the only place they hang.
Gotta be careful in case Miss Bates sees you through the window.
I also went 3.5.
This isn't as wild as you were implying it to be.
It's the next bit.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 100, where are we pitching this?
I would put it on, like, a 65. Like, I mean, it's a different style of comedy, I think, than, like, it's not like you're gonna be, like, guffawing throughout, but I think the moments that are, like, well, no, there are a lot of, like, romantic moments that are memorable, but even those have a comedic element to them. Like, whether it's Johnny Flynn, like, going down on the floor at, like, the nosebleed, like, the best romantic moments are inherently funny. And I think, like, there's such a level of, like, comedy of manners and, like, farce to it that it just feels more, it's like a period comedy, but it's more of a period comedy than period romance, I think.
Period comedy with a full stop.
Yeah. Period comedy, period. Even that's funny.
I don't even know if that's funny.
That's
I just
funny.
think that's a
it's
bit
funny.
It's a little.
It's silly. It's a silly film. I love a bit of silly.
I get what you're saying. I think I'm probably around, like, a 55. It's close to that sort of equal balance. It's either a 55 or a 45. I'm sort of.
That's what I said. This is crazy. My answer is that it is both a 45 and a 55, but it is not a 50.
Wow.
I love you, Nora.
Rom-com soulmates. Sorry, that was such a violent reaction for me.
No, I love it. Yeah, I'm so in tune.
It was violent.
I, like, practically, like, came out of my chair because it's like we sometimes are, like, so bizarrely synced up.
That's very specific.
It's almost like we were made to host podcasts together.
We should look into that.
Yeah. Grace, thank you so much for joining us to chat, Emma. What would you like to plug?
Thank you so much for having me. I think by the time this episode comes out, we will have a release date, which may be Jane Austen's 250th birthday, of some songs from Sense and Sensibility, the musical. And I've also got a new musical that I'm working on, which by the time this podcast goes out might have some sort of announcement, but it is at least now titled An A to Z Guide to Plentiful Dating, and it is based on a real dating book that my mom wrote in the late 80s.
Love that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're going to need you to come back and talk about that.
Please, I love to promote things.
That sounds like a project right up my street.
Oh, it should be. It's like, it is my mom is crazy, but it's not about, like, how to date to get a husband. It's like how to go on as many dates as possible.
No.
Still, the publisher said it would set feminism back 20 years. So.
And here we are, 30 years later.
Yeah. No, exactly. 40 years later, let's find out.
Is the book available for purchase?
It's not until I start hawking it at the end of the show.
Amazing.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like a snappy exit line, and I've got absolutely nothing. I need you to just yell, "She's poor," one more time.
She's poor!
There we go. And cut.
She is poor!
I feel that. That's about me.
Help me, I'm poor.
Yeah, truly.
It's about all of us.
Come see my shows.
This has been When Rom Met Com. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at When Rom Met Com. There are links there to the Vanity Fair article, to our letterboxd, and any other fun things we've found and want to share. You can DM us or send us an email at mail@whenrommet.com. Get it? We'd love to hear your thoughts on the films, what rom-coms you think should have made the list, your best would-dos, wouldn't-dos, and have-dones, or anything else you'd like to hear about. If you had a nice time today, please consider leaving us a review or following us wherever you get your podcasts. Next time we'll be discussing number 29, The Big Sig. Thanks for listening, and remember, we don't hate you. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. See you next time.